Hope you are all doing well. So children, I think you remembered my last class where we discussed regarding what do we made of, and even we discussed regarding how do we use the microscope and what are the important parts of microscope. And today I would like to discuss few more fundamental concepts regarding cell. Right? You are all ready? Yes. So today we are discussing regarding cell. So if you just consider the living organisms, so I'll just give you few examples, something like trees, small plants, human beings, elephant, mushroom, some insects, ants, etc. Suppose if you just consider all these examples, do you think the number of cells is same for all the organisms? Absolutely not, right? So all the organisms are made of different number of cells. So the number of the cells varies from organism to organism, right? Now, so based on the number of cells present in organisms, organisms are basically classified into two types. So they are unicellular organisms and multicellular organisms. So I am repeating, based on the number of cells present, organisms are classified into two types, unicellular organisms and multicellular organisms. So as the name indicates, uni means single or one. So that means the organisms which consist of only one cell, the organisms which consist of only one cell, which are made of a single cell, are called as unicellular organisms, right? And again, as the name indicates, multicellular organisms means the organisms which are made of more number of cells. Suppose if you just take unicellular organisms, the examples like amoeba, paramecium, euglena, so these and all we can discuss. And for multicellular organisms, you are well known, something like human beings, trees, plants, mushrooms, some other animals. So these and all can be considered as multicellular organisms, right? So hope you all understood what are unicellular and what are multicellular organisms, right? Now, whatever the number of cells present in organisms, like whether they may be unicellular or multicellular, cell is called as a structural and functional unit of life. So what do we call? Cell is called as structural and functional unit of life. So a cell is called as structural and functional unit of life. So why? So why a cell is called as structural and functional unit of life? So we will discuss this now, right? First of all, structural unit. A cell is called as structural unit. So why is it called structural unit? All the living organisms are made of cells. Suppose if I ask you, what is this wall made of? You say that it is made of bricks. Bricks gives the structure to the wall. Likewise, here cells give structure to the organisms. So that's why they are called as structural units. All the organisms are made of cells. That is the reason why a cell is called as structural unit of life. And at the same time, functional unit. So why the cell is called as functional unit of life? So cell is called as a functional unit of life because here, so all the functions of an organism are performed at the basic level by cells. Suppose if you take the unicellular organisms, a single cell itself can perform all the functions. And if you just take the multicellular organisms, so in the multicellular organisms, the functions may be performed by different kinds of tissues. But here at the basic level, cell performs all the functions required for the survival of the organisms. So here, cell is called as a functional unit as well. Why? Because cell performs all the kind of life processes, something like respiration, excretion, reproduction, digestion, etc. for the survival of the organism. That is the reason why it is called as a functional unit of life. So together we can say that a cell is called as a structural and functional unit of life. So in unicellular organism, a single cell perform all the functions. But if you just take the multicellular organisms, this is a single cell and a group of cells which are similar in structure and function is called as a tissue, and a group of tissues together forms an organ, and a group of organs together form organ systems, and organ systems together completely gives an organism. So this is what usually we observe in highly organized organisms like other animals, human beings, etc. And this and all we don't observe in unicellular organisms where they are made of a single cell. So whatever it is, all the functions of organisms are performed by cells, so that it is called as a functional unit of life. Right. So children, from today's class, I think you understood what do you mean by unicellular organisms and what do you mean by multicellular organisms, and why a cell is called as a structural and functional unit of life. And we will discuss few more topics in the coming class. Thank you.